Now, the truth is, when there is a high expectation from an opposite party, there is always a high demand. And take it or leave it. That demand, that expectation, if not watched, and that demand, if not watched, can actually lead to what we are avoiding.
Yeah,
Let's be frank with ourselves. We are not yet in a relationship. Let's say when I'm in a relationship, we have not decided that, we are joining this, we are going on this journey for life. I have the intent, okay, we met, I prayed about it, and I think we can go to join up being a spouse, you can be my spouse. I haven't made that intent, no. Okay, I'm just having you as a friend, okay, I want to get to know you, I call you for a date, we hang out together, I check up on you, how you doing, what's going on, and the rest of them. At that point, you begin to raise demands. That's when your credit suddenly finishes. That's when your data, that's when your data suddenly finishes. That's when your house rent expires. Suddenly, all the bills just crumbles and falls on another party.
It's actually wrong.
It's wrong. It begins to raise demands.
A lot of people see relationship as a way to make money. I think I've had people tell me, when you meet someone, make sure you bill them. Like, make sure you are asking them for money. Like, so I think that culture is wrong. I think that there's something wrong.
So it kills the aspect of dating itself.
Build the person, or believe.
So do you not get? So I'm coming from the point of the demands and expectation. Once there is a high level of demand, and take it or leave it, every guy out there has a central hidden selfishness inside of him. What can I get for this? Guys are not more like ladies that are quite more emotional in their thoughts. Guys are logical. If I'm giving you this water, there should be something going on through. God is also that kind of person. God didn't just give Jesus Christ. He gave Jesus to have more sons.
Logical, wow.
do we get it now? Yeah. So that is it. So when that area of much demands, okay, much expectations can linger to what we don't expect. And you're not coming astray, you're just asking, and I'm like, where is this leading us to? Where is this ending? So the devil begins to minister on that in the guy's mind. Before the guy will go back to the word of God, the first thing is how much he has spent.
And how to
get it back. And women over the time, sorry to say, the social media and the rest of them has portrayed women more of sexual tools than what they can produce. So in the process of dating, you begin to think, okay, the woman is always asking. There's no shit turning up on the table. So the next thing comes that the only way to get this back is sex.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? The only way to get this back in the process, okay, we are friends, but I've been the only one giving out here. What are you giving in return? Social media has portrayed it that, or the social world has stood that the only way this woman pays it back is sex, and next thing the woman say, am I not giving you sex? So that's the payment. So we must change the culture, the thinking from the way we have seen things to be, from how relationships should be scripturally. He talks too much, she talks too much. It's because you personally, you don't like it. But as someone that meets me like, guy, why are you not talking? You're boring, you're doing tough, my liking.
So it's relative.
It's relative. It can also be the intellectual aspect of a lady. A lady that likes a guy that is quite intellectually sound, can engage in conversation. He's not doing it, and she's like,
I can't deal with
that. This guy can't be tough standing. I can't be. Do you get the point? But there's still a stream to that, right?
Yeah.
When you all know what you know scriptures.
No, but it's important to address the fact that people see relationships as ATMs, right? So the relationship.
I think it should come from a lady. Please, you're going to do this thing. I want a lady to say it like so. I don't feel like I'm biased.
No.
Please, have we started already?
Yes.
Okay.
So honestly, like, people should not see relationships as ATMs, and I always say that maybe it's their old boys that spoil the market, you know. Yeah, I think they're the ones that started that trend of when you're in a relationship with someone, you give the person a lot of money. See, there's no way you're someone's partner that you may not commit to them financially. Like, so your partner needs something, you can help them. Like, you need something, you would always support what they're doing. But it's the mindset of, I'm here for money. Like, if this person likes me, then she should show it by giving me money. And I should demand from him. It is laziness. It is, and
birthday cakes has changed to
because
money
sometimes
bouquets now.
It means that you need to manipulate the person to give you the money. So you have to find ways to cook up stories and say stuff. That's my remember my friend telling me he met a lady and the very first, so they went on a date, and that day she was like, oh, her birthday is coming up soon, and when it's her birthday she has to buy a new phone. Every time before her birthday comes up she needs a new phone. That's when iPhone 13 was coming out, and that, you know, she's going to me an iPhone 13. Like, it was like, I just met you today, like I met you last week, and this is our first time of like sitting together and talking, and you're already bringing up me. Like, you're already billing me and telling me, you know, trying to tell me something that if I like you, I'm going to have to buy you iPhone 13. So
that's like making relationship trade by barter.
Exactly.
Yes, that's why the sex culture. The sex culture will always come. It now becomes a transaction. The lady gives sex in exchange for the money.
And that's not what marriage is based on.
At all. Relationship shouldn't be
That's
that way.
not-
Dating or courtship shouldn't be that at all. Because I think of recent, I was watching a trend on Facebook and Instagram. I was talking to a friend. She does surprises, magic surprise, just give. And I asked a question. I said, what's the latest trend on gift surprises or birthday gifts exchanged by lovers, or let's say proposal? What do you as? She says, you have to get a money bouquet. I'm like, okay, like one of the smallest we've done is around 200,000, 150,000. So even if you're doing a cake, that must be a money bouquet there. And even if you open the cake, that should be something that wraps up money. I'm like, are we not indirectly making money the symbol of love? Or the symbol of relationship?
No, I think it's not bad if you're doing it voluntarily, naturally, because that's what you want to do. But not if you're...
Like,
it's not because of demand.
If it's being demanded of you, if you're being manipulated into
to do
doing
it.
Or you feel like that's what you need to do to end the love of this person.
But take it or leave it, social media has created that perspective. And every girl out there.
We're in a constant battle with social media, and so it's like you have to constantly. So you know how this thing. So there's this audio from Bobrisky. I was like, good girl, no they pay.
Yeah.
And it may seem like a joke, and people will just use it as a joke, but people are listening to it, and it's doing something to their minds. It's doing something to our hearts and telling us why. Like, do you understand? Like, why you're actually being good, saying do hook up, and there's one song. We tell you to do hook up, you can't do relationship. But the time it was like a song, like it was an audio, and so the idea is that we tell you to do hook up, like you're doing relationship, and people don't know that. We don't know that we're absorbing those things, that we are internalizing those things.
Subconscious mind is this.
Do you understand? Like we don't know that we're taking it in. So I think that's why it's important for us as Christians to be able to say this is what we believe. Because people that believe the opposite, they are not shy about putting what they believe out there. You should go on Snapchat and see how people really advertise their sex for money business.
Yeah.
People are very bold, people are very confident about pushing what they believe in. And I think that we have to be bold about doing that without necessarily condemning anyone, but just pointing out there's something wrong with this. This is not how, in the beginning it was not so, this is not how this thing was designed.
21st century.
Do you get it? 21-year-old, you should not be doing hookup. Like, it's not going to help you. What are you going to get? You buy a fancy phone, maybe if it's very successful, you buy a car. But all these things, for what?
There's several years ahead. Why do
you have many years ahead? You have the potential to make money. You can't do these things by yourself.
I would have loved to touch one thing, but I want to save my stress not to. Yeah, I would have loved to, but
okay,
let me
what's
save
that?
I think we also have to redefine if we are bringing in money, because I think we can't separate money, dating, and sex. Money has a link to sex. And if we are saying dating shouldn't involve sex, we will have to address the issue of money to some extent. They are kind of strained. Once it's seen as a commodity of exchange in relationship and not for the value for what the other party have to be given back, let's say intellectually, in terms of what you're bringing to the table. And I watched a video, they were asking the lady, okay, what are you bringing to the table? She was like, my guy has to be this, my guy has to be this, my guy has to be this. And sometimes I wonder, why is it always the guy has to be? Why not the lady has to be? Okay, what's wrong with the lady making money? What's wrong with... Maybe I should have my own list too. I've made some nice figures. Since the lady wanted to make 6 figures before I come, and for me to say, would you marry me? I'm doing it with one awesome Rolls Royce waiting for you down there, or one Benz down there. Me too, as I'm doing that, I should be looking at your fat bank account. What can you do? Do we get the point? So I don't want to marry a broadcast. But however, this way I'm going to. The church has a duty. The church has a role to play. We must redefine the culture of money. We must redefine the culture of dating. I understand that many of us out there as Christians has been victims of this. And because we have been victims of it one way or the other, it's kind of a shut us off from speaking what we believe. So even when you see someone doing it, like, you don't agree with it, but because you've been a victim of it one way or the other, I just want to sit back. I think I just have to address that. Please, the church, we are going back to it. Whether we have fallen victim of it or not, a righteous man falls 7 times, but surely has to rise again. So let's face it from the church. This thing is wrong. The culture of money is wrong. We must address it. Money is not a medium of exchange for dating, for relationship. It should not be that a guy gives you money and exchange sex becomes the driving force of it. No, that should be the intellectual builder, that should be capacity, that should be something else you're bringing to the table that will last beyond money, that will last beyond sex. It shouldn't be that when the sex is gone, the relationship drops. And when money is gone, every other thing drops. That's why people carry to relationship, they carry to marriage. And once the guy cannot find a woman what she needs in the home, she shuts up, she locks up, she says, bedtime, no more, don't disturb your bed. It's only a guy that can afford money that should have access. So it becomes a culture, and we see broken homes, divorce all around. Because from the ground of courtship, it was not addressed. There was a culture you built up in the courtship, and you expect to just change it overnight when you get married. It can't work. So from the church, it should be addressed. We shouldn't hype money. And yes, like she said, I don't think I'll be in love with a lady and I won't want to give. Even
I think love gives.
Yeah, give.
You always think, oh, what can I buy for this person? What can I do to make this person happy? I think it's just addressing the mindset. It has to be transactional. Like if you like someone, it must be a transactional. It must be a transactional relationship, and that so people don't feel like they need to earn love. I feel like a lot of men see, so there are songs like, if you don't get money,
hide your face.
Hide your face. And people think it's just a song, but some guy out there is, so there's this guy, he just stopped for me like around the house in Lagos, and he's just 17 years old. So every time on his status, he posts that he does not have money, he just put on, and I told him that, see, you're 17 years old. At 17 years old, you're not expected to have money, like, you're not expected to own an iPhone. You're not expected to have all those things. You are jumping the gun. You're not expected to have those things. Why are you thinking, I don't have a car, I don't have an iPhone, I don't have this, I can't buy the things that I want? It's the society creates an expectation. So men think that, women don't want to talk to me because I don't have money. So I'll do whatever it takes to get money, even if it's dishonest.
Yes, exactly.
Because I want to be able to impress a woman. And it's also a question of our self-esteem.
Yeah.
A lot of people equate esteem or respect in society, or you're a respectable man because you have money, and people are willing to do anything. And in the end, we're damaging each other. So I think it's a time to introspect and think about it and say we have to talk about it. And there's no condemnation.